Okay, so in this paragraph, take a minute to read the whole thing and try to find out and identify and highlight the types of nouns you can find in this whole paragraph. Try to categorize them in the five types that we have just talked about, and this is the exercise which is to be taken as homework, or this is something that you have to do on your own. Next slide. Now, this is again an exercise where you have to mark C for count and N for non count or uncountable noun in the list of the nouns that you see on the slide. So, number one, software. Software, can it be treated as a countable or uncountable? Can software be counted or uncounted? This is the question that you need to ask if you are given this question in the exam. Any item, can it be treated as a, can you count it? क्या आप उसकी संख्या बता सकते हैं? If you can count it, it is to be marked countable. Now, software is an item, though it cannot be seen, but it can be counted. There can be one software, two software, or multiple softwares that can be installed on your mobile or on your laptops. Hence, we will put it in the category of countable noun. Pen again is a physical thing, a unit which has got a physical form and can be quantified. Hence, pen is also a countable noun. Water is a body of substance collectively treated as water, which is why it does not have a it cannot be quantified. It does not uh, it can be weighed, it can be measured, but it cannot be quantified. आप इसकी संख्या नहीं बता सकते हैं. The whole body of water together is called big or small, does not matter. Whole thing together is called water. Hence, it is an uncountable noun. Towel. Towel is an item of use which can be an item of clothing, say, that you use at home, and there can be one towel, two towel. So hence towel is countable. Breath, the whole intake and the thing that you inhale and exhale, the whole thing is called breath. The air that you take in and the air that you take out. It cannot be quantified. You cannot say one breath or two breath. आप एक सांस दो सांस नहीं लेते, आप collectively सांस लेते हैं. That is why breath is uncountable. Health again is a general state of your fitness. Uh, there cannot be one health or two health. You just have health. You are healthy or you are unhealthy. Hence, it is uncountable. Uh, Comment. Comment is the sentence or the remark that you make. So yeah, comments can be counted. आप अपने वक्तव्य को गिन सकते हैं. Glass, just like metals and substances, is treated as one whole composite or unit, one whole body of substance, and it is therefore it's a material noun. It comes in the category of material noun. Hence, it is uncountable. Music again is an uncountable thing because there's no such thing as one music or two music. Paper, sheets of paper can be counted. Otherwise, paper is just like money is treated as one whole thing. Just like bread, it is treated in English. It is treated as one whole body of or one whole stock of paper, and hence it is treated as an uncountable. And you have to remember this: paper is treated as a substance here. Hence, it goes in the category of material noun and uncountable. But if it is sheets of paper, you would treat it as countable noun. Wisdom is samajhdari, non-physical thing, abstract noun, hence uncountable. Chair is a physical thing, common noun, hence it is countable. You can count it. You can assign a number to it. Bag again is a countable. Is you can count bags, one bag, two bag, three bags. Bottle again can be counted, one bottle, two bottle, three bottle. Heat again is an abstract thing. You feel it, you experience it. Cold, heat, आप इसकी intensity बता सकते हैं, but आप इसको measure नहीं कर सकते हैं. Hence it is an uncountable noun. Now these are few concepts that you have to understand distinctly. In case there is any doubt or in case you have got any confusion about any of the thing, you can rewind, recap, and play it as many times as possible. Now, this is one benefit you would be having this time, because the class is a video class, which you would be playing on your YouTube. So you can pause it, rewind it, and yeah, and of course, yes, in case there's any doubt or confusion, you can always come to me. Now we will move on to the next category, uh, which is there in your syllabus, and that is pronoun. Now, what is a pronoun? जिसको हम हिंदी में या हिंदी ग्रामर में हम जिसको सर्वनाम कहते हैं. What is a सर्वनाम? What is a pronoun? As the name suggests, pronoun is the word that stands for noun. It's a pro in place of noun. Word used as an alternative of noun, a substitute of noun, जो noun को replace करते हैं किसी भी sentence में. Hence, they are pronouns. We why do we use them? We use them in order to avoid repetition of noun in any sentence. We don't want to use same name again and again. For example, in the example given on the slide, Ram is a good player. He practices every day. You cannot be in this sentence. You can use Ram. In the first sentence, you've used the word Ram, proper noun. But then again, if you want to talk further about Ram, you cannot be repeating Ram again and again in all the subsequent sentences, because it's going to look very or sound very odd. You cannot say Ram is a good player, Ram practices every day, Ram is a smart person, Ram is my friend, Ram eats, Ram sleeps. It does not work like this. So what are you going to do? You are going to provide a substitute to the noun Ram, and the substitute is going to be he, which is a pronoun, and as it is standing up for Ram in all the subsequent sentences, wherever you have to refer to Ram, जहाँ पर भी आपको राम की बात करना है, आप ही से बात कर सकते हैं. So yeah. Now, there are a few other sentences on the slide. I love dogs because they are very loyal. Now, in this sentence, I is used to represent me, the speaker. I am the speaker. Instead of calling myself Nidhi loves dogs, I am giving myself a pronoun, and that is I. So I is a personal pronoun that I give to myself, or a speaker gives to himself or herself. So I is one pronoun. Then dogs is a noun, and because they are very loyal, so they, now further in the sentence, the word they has come in, and they is being used to substitute dogs, right? Dogs are common noun, and they pronoun, the word they is a pronoun which is used to substitute common noun dogs in the sentence. So they is a pronoun, as it is talking about dogs. Third sentence, Asia is the largest continent and it has maximum number of countries. It is used to represent Asia, the noun. The noun word in the sentence is Asia, and further in the sentence, the word that replaces Asia is it, right? So it is the pronoun which is used to substitute a non-living thing, whereas I, you, he, she, we, these are the words, personal pronouns that are used to substitute a person. Some of the basic pronouns are listed here: I, you, he, she, we, it, they. Okay. There are few other kinds of nouns also. These are all personal. These are all personal pronouns, and the most important kinds of pronouns. Pronouns also come in various types, just like nouns. Nouns have got 5 types. Pronouns have got 8 types. We'll discuss about them in the next slide. But the personal pronoun category is the most important category, because it consists of I, you, he, she, we, it, they, and these are all the substitutes of living people, persons. They stand for people. Hence, they are called personal pronouns. Apart from these personal pronouns, there are few others which are not listed here, like someone, somebody, anybody, each one of you, everyone. These are non-specific personal pronouns, because they stand for anyone. Anyone, the word anyone or somebody, they are, when you say use the word somebody or anybody, you are not talking about anybody in particular. or someone in specific. You are just addressing generally, you are just speaking generally. Whereas when you say you, he, she, it, you are being particular, you are pointing at a particular, or you are referring to a particular person that you have in mind. So yeah, but they are still personal, nonetheless. Anybody, somebody, each, every. There is a whole lot of range of pronouns apart from personal pronouns, and we'll discuss them later. This is one chart regarding personal pronouns, which I am going to come back to. For now, I am going to skip and go to the next slide. Yeah, this is the whole list of personal pronouns you see on the slide right now. As I said before, there's personal, impersonal, possessive, reflexive, demonstrative, indefinite, distributive, and interrogative. Personal happens to be the most common pronouns that we use in our day-to-day speaking and writing. In personal pronoun category, there is I, you, he, she, it, they. Again, pay attention. Pronouns that refer to the person or people speaking or writing are called first person. Now, pronouns that, uh, are, again, I am going to repeat myself, pronouns that refer to the person or people speaking or writing are called personal pronoun. The words that we are using when we are speaking or writing, the pronouns that we are using for ourselves when we are speaking or writing, the pronouns that we are using for ourselves. What are those pronouns? I and we, if we are part of a group. So we and I are the first person pronouns, right? And the person you are talking to is the second person, and the word that you use, the pronoun that you use to refer to the person you are talking to is you. So you is the second person pronoun. Now third person is the person that I and you talk about. I am the first person, I am talking to you, and both of us are probably talking about a third person who is there or not there with us. So that third person is going to be he or she. It is going the third person is going to be referred by pronoun, the third person pronoun called he or she, or if there are more than one person, more than one he and one she, it is going to be they. And if yeah, so these are six categories or five categories of personal pronoun: first person, second person, and third person. This is something very, very key and very, very important that you have to remember. Even it comes in the category of third person pronoun. So first person is going to be the person who's speaking or writing, who's talking about himself, who's in speech or in writing. So that person is the first person, and the pronoun that he uses for himself is going to be I, if I'm the only one who's talking. But if my whole group, I'm part of some group and my whole group is doing the talking, and the speaker is more than one person, then the personal pronoun is going to be we. So I and we both are first person pronoun, where I stands for a singular speaker, whereas we stands for plural speaker. And both of them make personal pronoun. They come in the category of personal pronoun, first person pronoun, sorry. The person or the people spoken to, that is being spoken to, I and we must be talking to somebody, and when they are talking to somebody, the word we use to refer to that somebody, the pronoun that we use to refer to that somebody is you. So you becomes the second person pronoun. Third person is the person which I and you uh, are talking about, who's probably there or not there. So that third person is referred to in terms of pronoun as he, she, it, and if there are more than one person, then it's going to be they. So they is a third person pronoun in plural. These are few key things. In case you haven't got it, you haven't understood it, you need to rewind and replay the whole thing that I just said, because it is very important for you to understand. It's not difficult at all, but replay it and see if there is any doubt. I'm going to be talking about there's one more thing called subjective place and objective place of nouns and pronouns, which I'll be discussing in a while. Meanwhile, the second category of pronoun or second type of pronoun after personal is impersonal. Now, personal pronouns stand for people, living beings, human beings, person, right? So I, you, he, she, we, they all stand for living beings, people. Whereas impersonal stand for non-living things, inanimate things. Hence, the word that we use or the pronoun that we use to refer to a non-living thing is it. Possessive pronoun. Possessive pronoun are mine, yours, ours, his, her, its. These pronouns indicate possession or ownership. That car is mine. That book is yours. Yours without any apostrophe. आप उसमें ऊपर कोई कॉमा नहीं लगा के लिख रहे हैं, याद रखेंगे. पोजेसिव प्रोनाउन ऑलवेज कम्स विथ योर्स. जब आप लेटर भी एंड करते हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ यू वुड रिमेंबर फ्रॉम योर स्कूल टाइम, योर्स ट्रूली जब आप लिखते हैं, या एप्लीकेशन में जब आप कुछ भी लिखते हैं, तो योर्स comes with without any apostrophe, yours. So they showcase or they indicate possession. कोई भी चीज़ अगर आपको अपनी बतानी है या आपको जिस पे अपना अधिकार आधिपत्य शो करना है, तो आप the words that you use or the pronouns that you use are possessive pronouns, and they go like this. The list is like this: mine, yours. If something is mine, मेरी है, मेरी, तो the word in English is mine. वो चीज़ तुम्हारी है, that thing is yours. ये चीज़ हमारी है, that this thing is ours. ये चीज़ उसकी है, that book is his. ये book अगर फीमेल है तो that book is hers. It's, अगर ये चीज़ किसी नॉन लिविंग थिंग की है, the data belongs to the computer. The data, its data यानी कंप्यूटर का डेटा. तो इस तरीके से आप possessive pronouns का यूज़ करते हैं. Then fourth category is reflexive pronoun. रिफ्लेक्सिव प्रोनाउंस आर माई सेल्फ, जो आप खुद के तरफ इंगित करते हैं, जो आपका खुद या सेल्फ के तरफ आप इंडिकेट करते हैं, दैट इज रिफ्लेक्सिव. माई सेल्फ, हिमसेल्फ, आवरसेल्फ, देमसेल्फ, इटसेल्फ. These pronouns show that the object of the sentence is also the subject of the sentence. For example, I did it myself. इसमें आपका जो आप सब्जेक्ट में भी खुद ही है. अगर आप ये सेंटेंस देखेंगे या ध्यान से सुनेंगे, I did it myself, खुद से मैंने ही किया है. ये खुद से, मैंने खुद से. द मीनिंग इन हिंदी इज क्लोज टू खुद से, ठीक है. सेल्फ, माई सेल्फ, हिम सेल्फ, उसने खुद से किया है, हम सब ने खुद से किया. आई डिड इट माई सेल्फ. इस तरह के प्रोनाउंस में द सब्जेक्ट एंड द ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ द सेंटेंस are same. I did it myself, so myself is indicating to I only, which is in the object place, and I is in the subject place. I'm going to be talking about this subjective and objective position of noun and pronoun later. Magar just remember for now that in the reflexive case, the subject and object are same. The subject is talking about himself only in the sentence. You should believe in yourself. You, yourself, वो you खुद की तरफ इंगित कर रहा है, इसलिए yourself. There are 9 kinds of reflexive pronouns: myself, yourself, himself, herself, oneself, itself, ourselves, themselves. Please note the difference in the spelling also, and themselves. These are 9 kind of reflexive pronouns that reflect on the speaker himself. Now next category is demonstrative. This, that, these, those. ये या वो जो indicate करते हैं, they demonstrate to or point out to specific object. This book or that book. These books, those books. This and that stand for singular items, and these and those stand for plural items. So but then they are mainly used for indicating at things. So this is my chair, that is your chair. These are our books and those are your books. They indicate a place of a noun or a noun phrase on an activity or a situation. That was my mother's ring. That, yeah. So they demonstrate uh, or point to specific objects. Now, indefinite now pronouns are non-specific. Non-specific. They do not point or talk about or refer to a specific person. They just talk about people in general. Anybody, somebody, someone, anyone, many, all, all are supposed to pay the fine. Many people are coming for the gathering. Anyone can participate. So these are the terms that you use for nobody in specific, but you use for anybody in general. आप आम तौर पे किसी व्यक्ति विशेष के लिए यूज नहीं कर रहे हैं, या आप किसी के लिए किसी के को भी संबोधित करने के लिए यूज करते हैं. इसीलिए ये इनडेफिनेट है, नॉन स्पेसिफिक प्रोनाउंस है. दे डू नॉट रेफर टू एनी पर्सन और थिंग इन पर्टिकुलर. नेक्स्ट कैटेगरी इज डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिव. Distributive pronouns are either, neither, each, and every. Uh, in this case, unlike indefinite pronoun, अगर आप देखेंगे, indefinite pronoun can be used to refer to a group, non-specific group but a group, जिसमें सभी बहुत सारे लोग हो सकते हैं. लेकिन डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिव में नॉन स्पेसिफिक लोगों से ही आप बात कर रहे हैं, बट you are referring to each one in the group, is individual person in the group. So either you or I, either you or she would go and do the work. Neither of you are supposed to leave the class. Each one of you is supposed to do the homework. Everyone has to come tomorrow. तो आप individual एक एक व्यक्ति से बात कर रहे हैं, but still you are not talking to anybody in particular, but you are referring to individual person. So these are distributive. You are dividing the group into individual people and you are addressing to them. Hence you are using the words like either, neither, each, and every. On the contrary, in indefinite pronoun, you are addressing the whole group. Right? Again, in both the cases, you have to understand you are not referring to anybody in particular. In indefinite pronoun, you can be talking to one person or the whole group. In distributive case, you are talking to each person in the group. But in both the cases, people are non-specific. You are addressing them generally. In interrogative case, which consists of which, words like which, when, who, what, whose, all these are W questions. They all come in the category of W questions because they begin with W. They are pronoun at the same time, and they are used to make asking questions easy. You use them to ask questions. Asking questions के लिए दूसरा word है interrogate. आप interrogate करने के लिए ये words use करते हैं. And there are just five main five kinds of interrogative pronouns. You can use them to ask very, very specific or direct question. Especially in this list, who and whom is used for people. These two pronouns are used for people. What, when, and whose can be used for referring to objects or to people also. But who and whom are used specifically only for people. Who did this? What kind of question is this? When are you going? Who is coming? So these are all these are the words which are used to ask questions, direct or indirect, and they come in the category of interrogative pronouns. So yeah, just note it down, remember them, and don't forget when they come in your exam. Now back to this chart, subject and object. This is something that you have to understand very, very distinctly. Okay, now this is a very, very important thing that you have to keep it in mind. Pronouns have got subject as well as object forms. They are singular as well as plural in form, right? So unlike noun, which has got no subject, different subject and object form, pronouns have got different subject and object form as well as different numbers, plural as well as singular, especially personal pronoun. So in take a look at the sentence. I am doing the work and work is being done by me. What is the difference in the two sentences? Meaning of both the sentences same, but the difference that you see in the structure of the sentence is, in the first sentence, I, that is the subject, karta of the action doing the work, is in first place and work is in the last place. This last place is the object place and this first place is the subject place. On the other hand, in the next sentence, where the meaning is similar, like the first sentence, but the positions of subject and objects are exchanged, and work has come in the first place, that is subject place, and the I of the first sentence has now gone to the object place and has become me. Now, this is the key thing. Pronoun change their form in their objective form. They become different from what they are in their subjective form. And this is the key thing that you have to remember. So I becomes me in a passive voice, or in when it is put in a objective position. This does not happen with noun. If, for example, let's rewrite the sentence with a noun. So Ram is doing the work is being done by Ram. In both the sentences, Ram is going to remain Ram in both subject as well as object position. But if Ram is substituted with the pronoun I, or he, or you, or whatever personal pronoun, it is going to change or change its form or its shape in when it is put in the object place. So let's take a look at this thing through this chart. So first person, like I explained before, first person, the speaker, the person who's doing the speaking or writing, the person who's talking. Like, for example, me right now, I am the speaker right now. So when I have to talk about myself in pronoun, I'm going to use I, and because I'm only one person doing the talking, I am a singuलर सब्जेक्ट और सिंगुलर वन पर्सन, एक वचन हूं मैं. लेकिन अगर मैं बहुत सारे लोगों के साथ बैठ के बात कर रही हूँ, इफ आई एम पार्ट ऑफ अ ग्रुप एंड वी ऑल आर डूइंग द टॉकिंग एंड वी आर रेफरिंग टू आवरसेल्व्स, हम प्लूरल बन जाते हैं. We move from singular to plural, and the pronoun that is going to be used by all of us while talking about ourselves is going to be we. So I for a singular first person speaker, and we for plural first person speaker. Now, if I'm talking to you, you can be one person or you can be multiple, lot of people. I'm going to still be using the word you or the pronoun you to refer to one person that I'm talking to, or the group of people I'm talking to. Both are going to be called or referred to as you in singular as well as in the plural form. Now this is something which has got no logic to it and you have to just memorize. आपको इसको सिर्फ पहाड़ों के जैसे याद कर लेना है. थर्ड पर्सन जिसके बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं, या जिसका जिक्र हो रहा है, या जो वहाँ है या नहीं है, जिसकी चर्चा चल रही है. द पर्सन हु इज being talked about, that person can be male. If he's a male, he's going to be called he. If it is a female, it's going to be called she. If it is a non-living thing, it is going to be called it in pronoun form and in singular form. But if there are more than one male, more than one female we are talking about, or more than one thing we are talking about, or more than one situation and event we are talking about, we are going to use the plural pronoun in the third person, and that is they. So I and we are first person pronoun. You and again same you are second person pronoun. And he, she and it are singular first person pronoun, and they plural third person pronoun, sorry, third person pronoun. So these pronouns are going to be used in their subject form. Subject form, again, come back to the sentence. I am doing the work is being done by me. If you take I from this subject place and put it in the object place, it becomes me. I becomes me. Similarly, you is going to, when it is put in the objective place, is going to remain same, and it is going to still be you. So it is going to be like this. You are doing the work and work is being done by you. You does not change or shift. अपना शेप को वो शिफ्ट नहीं करता है, फॉर्म चेंज नहीं करता है, ओनली यू. नाउ कम टू ही इज डूइंग द वर्क इज बीइंग डन बाय, बन जाएगा हिम, he becomes him. Similarly, if it's a she, a female who is doing the work, so she is doing the work in the first sentence, and when it goes to object place in the passive voice especially, this kind of transformation of sentence happens in active and passive voice, which you are going to be doing probably in your next year. So for now, just understand, when the pronoun moves from subject place to object place, it changes its form and shape. So he is going to become him, and if she is doing the work, um, 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 comes in the sentence and becomes work is being done by her. So she is going to become her. It is going to remain unchanged. Similarly, in the plural form, first person plural form, we are doing the work in the first sentence is going to become work is being done by us. We is going to become us. You is going to remain unchanged in its plural also. They are doing the work, third person plural, they are doing the work is going to become work is being done by them. They will become them. So this is something you have to write down. Again, very important thing, subject and object forms of pronouns, how they become something else in their objective form. And this happens only in the only with the pronouns. Nouns do not change in their subjective or objective positions. Only pronouns do, and this is how they change. So I becomes me, you remains you, he becomes him, she becomes her. It remains it in its subjective as well as objective position. We becomes us, you remains unchanged, they becomes them. So this is a very very key thing which you have to remember in your exams, or if you are attempting any exercise, grammar exercise. We've done this thing. Let's take a look at this practice sheet. Circle the pronoun that best completes each sentence. Now you have to pause your video, read the sheet and the exercise, and do it by yourself. And you have to just highlight or pick out the pronoun which is suiting best. Both the pronouns are given in their subjective as well as objective. There are two choices in each sentences, and both the pronouns are either in subjective or in the objective. You have to decide whether they fit, which form of the pronoun fits well in the sentence. So we are going to the supermarket this weekend. So or us are going to, us is used in the objective position, and because we are not going to put us in the objective, sorry, in the subjective position, so answer is going to be we. Similarly, in the next sentence, I and or us think that you are one of the brightest students in the class. I, now the position is subjective, so I is going to come in here because us is a pronoun used in the objective position. Sorry, we and us are going to the football. Same answer. Us is used in the objective position, whereas we is used in the subjective. So we are going to V is the right answer. I can tell that him or you really enjoyed the movie. Because him is the pronoun you used in objective position, answer is going to be you. That you have to do it by yourself. It's not very difficult. Read the whole thing and take a minute to answer it. He or they is a very bright young man, and because the following verb here, both these pronouns, sorry, here are subjective pronouns. But now what you have to pay attention at is the following verb. The verb that follows is a singular verb. Now is a singular verb, is going to be preceded by only singular pronoun or singular subject, and between he and they, he is the singular subject, hence he is the right answer. Because singular subject takes singular verb. I can tell her or she really tried hard to perform well. I can tell her is the pronoun used for objective position, and this is not the objective position we are choosing for, hence she is the right answer. They and them are going to them, between they and them, they is the subjective form, them is the objective form. So because we are choosing for subjective position, they is the right answer. Can you give the gift to him once you get to his party? Now it is used, both these are subjective pronouns, and we are also looking for a subjective position. So now, but then you have to understand that it is used for non-living things, him is used for living person. And once you get to his party means the meaning of the sentence denote that we are talking about a living person. Hence, the right pronoun here would be him, because we are talking about a living person, not a non-living person. If the pronoun here was its party, the subjective position would have taken it here. Now, tell her she she her she is the is right here, because she is the pronoun that we use in subject position. Her always comes in the object position. We and I am. Now again, this both we and I are first person pronouns, but and both are correct because they are used in the subjective position, and we are looking for a pronoun for subjective position. But you have to pay attention here at the following verb. We am is not right, because I is the only pronoun that takes m after itself. So yeah, I am is going to be the right answer. We, not we am. Make sure to tell us. Tell we the score as soon as you can. Uh, यहाँ पर you have to understand that we are looking for an objective position, not subjective position. Here the speaker is missing or absent. Here the speaker is understood, though it is not mentioned who is the subject here, but subject is absent. Subject is there but not mentioned. So what we are looking for here is the objective position, not the subjective position. You need to make sure to tell us is actually what it means here. Hence we are looking at the objective position, and the answer would be us, because we is the subjective pronoun and us is the objective pronoun. You and him are very, or him are a very fast runner. Him is an objective pronoun first of all, so no, it is not going to come in here. You is a subjective pronoun, and we are looking for a subjective position. So yeah, you is going to be the right answer. I can tell that, or I can tell it was a very difficult decision. I could tell that was a very difficult decision to make. I think both of them are going to be correct. That was a very difficult decision to make, or it was a very difficult decision to make. Both the choices can be correct according to me. They both are fitting here without any problem. Are you sure that he or they turned in his homework? Mm, his, the word that follows here is his. His stands for he. He ka objective hai his. Hence, the right word is his. Because in this sentence, we are talking about somebody's homework, and who that somebody is, it's he, not they. So, the subjective pronoun for his is going to be he here. Please remind her. Again, you have to understand, यहाँ पर भी subject missing है या subject understood है. Subject is not stated, but the sentence already has a subject. Please remind her आएगा यहाँ पर, because we are looking for a pronoun for objective position. She needs to be reminded, yeah. Will you please remind somebody? So again, you is an absent speaker here, or absent subject here, and the object we are looking for is her. Please ask. Again, it's in these kinds of imperative sentences. Now, imperative sentence or sentence type is something that we'll be doing later. These are the these are called imperative sentences, where the speaker or the subject is absent or considered absent. It is not important to mention the subject here. It is understood who the subject is. So these are imperative sentences. In these sentences, subject is purposefully missing. It's not important to mention them, and hence we are looking for an object here. And because we are looking for an objective pronoun, they is not an objective pronoun. It is a subjective pronoun. Them is going to be the objective pronoun. So this is how you select pronouns. Underline the correct possessive pronoun or contradiction here. Who, whose, who's going to fix this horrible mess? Now take it as an exercise of homework, and you have to do it on your own. And just refer to the list of types of pronouns and the subject object table that I've just provided to solve this exercise, and it's not going to be difficult for you at all. In case you have any doubt or question or query, you can always talk to me, come to me, or WhatsApp me and ask me regarding the solutions or the confusions you have in your mind. See you in the next module. This is all I have for nouns and pronouns for now. Next module is going to be the next topic that you have in your unit 2. Yeah, till then, bye bye, take care.